Keep walking, you will meet the end of the world.
It's called going around the world. We will meet where we started our journey. And
Are all the planets round?
Yes, and all revolve around the sun as the center of the solar system.
How many planets do you know, George?
We are in the Milky Way galaxy, where it has 8 planets in our solar system, starting from the planet closest to the sun to the farthest. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Looks like you didn't mention the planet Moon.
The Moon is a natural satellite of Earth that orbits around Earth. The Moon has a diameter of about 3,476 kilometers, making it about a quarter the size of Earth. The Moon is the 5th largest satellite in the solar system. The Moon takes about 27.3 days to make one complete rotation around the Earth, and the same time to complete one rotation on its own axis.
Is there life there, George?
There isn't any. The Moon has a different surface than Earth, with lots of craters, plains, and frozen volcanoes. There is also evidence of frozen water at the lunar poles, and there is some evidence of liquid water on the lunar surface. The Moon also has an important influence on life on Earth, because its gravity affects the tides in the sea and also affects the Earth's rotation. In addition, the Moon is also an interesting object for research by scientists and astronomers because of its importance in studying the history of the solar system and the evolution of the planets.
Then why isn't the moonlight as hot as the sun, George?
Because the main light is on the sun and the Moon only reflects the rays from the sun. That's why the Moon sometimes doesn't shine, because the sun's light that leads to the Moon is blocked by the Earth. The rotation of the Moon around the Earth causes an eclipse.
How can you explain in such detail? Has anyone ever seen and set foot on the Moon?
On July 20, 1969, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to land on the Moon as part of the NASA-led Apollo 11 mission. Armstrong uttered the famous phrase, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," as he stepped down from the lunar module onto the lunar surface. Aldrin joined on the outside moments later, and the two astronauts conducted several scientific experiments and took samples of lunar soil before returning to Earth 3 days later. The Apollo missions continued until 1972, with a total of 12 humans setting foot on the Moon during that period. The Moon landing is considered one of the greatest technological achievements in human history and a milestone in space exploration.
They also share their experiences. How did they see the Earth from the Moon?
When viewed from the Moon, the Earth will appear to be a luminous object in the sky with varying sizes depending on the viewing angle and the distance between the Earth and the Moon at the time. When the Earth is between the Sun and the Moon, the natural phenomenon known as a lunar eclipse occurs. At that time, Earth will look like a dark circle with a pink glow around the edges because of sunlight reflecting off Earth's atmosphere. However, in general, the Earth looks like a beautiful blue ball, with clear oceans and land masses visible from a distance. Because there is no atmosphere to reflect light on the Moon, the sky around Earth appears black and empty, like a contrasting backdrop for a planet.
Then, how do they return to Earth after the mission is completed, George?
To return to Earth, astronauts must take several important stages. Hence, the first is the combustion of the rocket engine. After leaving the space station or spacecraft, the spacecraft will burn the rocket engine to slow down so that it enters low Earth orbit. After reaching low Earth orbit, the spacecraft must exit this orbit to return into the Earth's surface. This is done by using a rocket engine to slow the spacecraft so it enters Earth's atmosphere. After exiting orbit, the spacecraft will enter Earth's atmosphere. The speed of the spacecraft will cause friction with the atmosphere, and the ambient temperature of the spacecraft can reach thousands of degrees Celsius. Therefore, the spacecraft must be equipped with thermal protection to protect the crew inside. After entering the atmosphere, the spacecraft will slow down significantly, and parachutes will be dropped to help slow the spacecraft further. The spacecraft must be equipped with a parachute system strong enough to bear the weight and stabilize the spacecraft during landing. After the parachute opens, the spacecraft will descend to the Earth's surface at a lower speed. At this time, spacecraft must be equipped with safe landing systems such as small rockets or suspensions to reduce the impact of collisions. After this process is complete, the astronaut can exit the spacecraft and be sent home to the hospital for a medical checkup.
Wow, means an astronaut must master a lot of knowledge, because they have to do everything themselves, apart from having to be physically and mentally healthy.
Yes, sure. Hence, besides preparing knowledge, all teams also prepare all equipment and tools so that there are no problems when the mission is carried out.
Do you have aspirations to be an astronaut, George?
No, I'm afraid of heights. I've never been on a plane before.
Why? If one day I can fly to the Moon, I will definitely bring you the brightest star, George.
Great idea. Hence, Dream as high as the sky so that some of your dreams will come true. Hands.
Then, where's the school that teaches us to be astronauts, George?
To become an astronaut, you must complete higher education in a relevant field such as aeronautical engineering, physics, or computer science. There are several universities that offer bachelor's and master's programs that prepare students for careers in aviation and space. Some well-known schools in the field of aviation and space are the Massachusetts Institute of Technology MIT has an aeronautics and astronautics program that has trained many NASA astronauts. California Institute of Technology Caltech has an excellent reputation in the fields of physics and engineering and has produced many graduates working in NASA and other space industries. Georgia Institute of Technology. This school offers highly respected aeronautical engineering programs, as well as computer science and electrical engineering programs relevant to the aerospace field. University of Colorado Boulder. This university has leading aeronautics and space engineering programs, as well as excellent space research facilities. Purdue University. Purdue has a highly acclaimed aerospace engineering program and has trained many NASA astronauts. However, being an astronaut is not only about education. You should also have strong interpersonal skills, physical and mental abilities, and relevant experience in aviation or space. To better prepare yourself, you could try joining an aviation club at your university, or interning at a space-related company or institute. Therefore, you learn discipline from an early age to shape your character and be active in sports so that your mental and physical health is greeted. Hands. 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 It seems you were tired and fell asleep. Alright, friends who have subscribed and those who haven't, please subscribe. We will continue later in the next video after Hans wakes up. And I beg you, please subscribe for those who haven't. Thank you and see you in the next video.